Okay, we're at 41.9. You probably wonder what the word darshan means. Darshan is a vision of God. And it would be compared to, if you're Catholic, you want to see the vision of the Holy Eucharist. You want to see it when you go to adoration. You're looking at what Catholics think of as God in the Holy Eucharist. And when you see the guru, or you see a holy person, or even someone like Yeshua, who was also a very holy person, you're like in their presence, and you can feel their holiness. You know that they're not just an ordinary person. That's the darshan. When you're in their audience, like an audience of the Pope is like the Pope's darshan. Darshan is more of a deity, though. It's a little, doesn't have a good translation to English if you were to try to look it up. And then grace, shower your grace upon us. Grace would be like if you were trying to get a job and you were competing, let's say, with 3 other people, and one of them had like a doctorate degree, and you just had like a 4-year degree, and they had like a degree that in that subject that was like way advanced in yours, and the other person was like in the middle, you know, and they were ahead of you, and you were like at the bottom. Grace would be like if you were to get the job, even though you weren't as qualified as the other people. Grace is what maybe, despite all odds, gets you to the interview on time, even though everything's maybe working against you. Maybe you didn't know it, but you'd never be able to get there on time. But grace would allow you to get there on time, or maybe it would allow you to, some circumstance would happen where they wouldn't notice you're late, or something like that. That's grace. Where you really don't deserve it, but you get it. And you get grace by, I mean, one way to get grace is maybe doing good works, or being a good person. You can get grace that way, and that way maybe somewhere where you're deficient, it makes up for it. So you have grace. And a lot of people probably don't even really think about what grace is. And of course, if you say grace, that you're saying, oh, I've got something that you're thankful for, something that maybe you normally shouldn't have or couldn't have or something, but you have it and you have grace. So you're saying grace, you're giving thanks for this benefit that you have. I mean, that's just my idea of it. I mean, some of that comes from Amma, you know, some of that concept comes from Amma. I mean, that was her word in the song. So, and this is Wautoma. When I was putting the roof on my house, this was being devastated, and for years you could see the damage. I came down off the roof and found out that Wautoma was flat. And this is the area right here that was hit. I don't think there's any damage visible anymore. It's been 30 years. It's been probably more than 30 years, so everything grew back. But it was badly damaged. You could see it in the trees for like a decade. I mean, you could see the trees were just ripped to shreds. The ones that were standing looked badly damaged. They probably cut some of them down. Some of them might still be here. They just regrew. But I went up on the roof, and I got off the roof, and it was dark. And I built that house up to that point without a ladder. Later on, I got a ladder for $49 at True Value. But I came off the roof, and I remember I was on the roof, and I was putting the shingles on, and I was saying, if it gets any more windy up here, I'm going to have to quit, because it's blowing my... I was afraid it was going to blow my work, shingles off the roof. But it didn't, so I stayed up there, and I finished it, and it's like I came down. It didn't rain. I wasn't working up there in the rain, but it threatened to be a little windy, and it was just kind of maybe cloudy. And I got done, and it was dark. I climbed down off the roof when it was dark. And I got back, it's back when I lived at the Shrine, and they said a tornado devastated Wautoma, and that's here, right where I'm at. I was like, yeah, you were up on the roof during a tornado, and you didn't even know it. We're 44.6 miles away from the house, so I mean, it could have went right over my head, and I didn't know it. So I didn't know. I mean, I didn't have electricity back then either. The house I built up to that point, I built without electricity, because I couldn't get electricity out to that house. I always get run into this. So far, I've never actually made the right turn. Oh. Oshkosh is 34. We're at 45 miles.
Necedah,